4 simple words have the internet in chaos. I'm sending you $2,000. That's essentially what Donald Trump posted on Sunday night, claiming every American except high-income earners would receive a $2,000 tariff dividend, courtesy of his trade policies. Within hours, headlines exploded. People started asking, when? How? And is this actually real? Well, we need to talk about what's actually happening here because the answer might surprise you. Hear us what Trump said exactly. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. He also posted, "People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world, with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are highest ever." His entire argument hinges on this. American tariffs are so profitable that the government can now give money back to taxpayers. It sounds great. It sounds generous. It also sounds too good to be true, and there's a reason for that. Here's what actually happened. The same day Trump made this announcement, his Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent went on a BC News This Week. When anchor George Stephanopoulos asked Bessent about the $2,000 dividend, Bessent had a stunning admission. "I haven't spoken with the president about it yet." Let that sink in. The Treasury Secretary, the person who would literally have to make this happen, had no idea what Trump was talking about or what the actual plan would be. When pressed for details, Bessent said the $2,000 dividend could come in lots of forms and lots of ways. He suggested it might not be a check at all, but rather tax breaks. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of auto loans. In other words, it's not $2,000 landing in your bank account. It's maybe, possibly, a collection of tax benefits spread out over time. So where is this supposed $2,000 coming from? Tariffs. Here's the basic reality. American importers pay tariffs when they bring goods into the U.S. from other countries. Then those companies either absorb the cost or pass it on to consumers through higher prices. That's how tariffs work. They're ultimately paid by American businesses and consumers, not by foreign countries. The U.S. did collect $195 billion in tariff revenue in 2025, up from $77 billion in 2024. That's massive growth. But remember, that money came from Americans paying higher prices. If you bought groceries, clothes, electronics, or cars this year, some of what you paid went to tariffs. So Trump's plan is essentially, you already paid for this through higher prices. Now I'm going to give some of it back. What else matters? The Supreme Court is literally right now questioning whether Trump even has the legal authority to impose these tariffs. Trump is using a 1977 law called the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEEPA, to justify his tariffs without congressional approval. But Supreme Court justices, both conservative and liberal, have expressed serious skepticism about whether this is actually legal. If the court rules against Trump, he could be forced to refund up to $90 billion in tariffs already collected. That would make any dividend impossible. Additionally, there's no legislation in Congress, no formal proposal. No bill has been introduced. Senator Josh Hawley did propose a smaller $600 rebate idea back in July, but it got almost no support even from Republicans and has gone nowhere. So here's what's actually true. Trump made a promise with no plan behind it. Is it possible something could happen eventually? Maybe, but right now, this is political messaging, not policy reality. If you're sitting around waiting for a $2,000 check, you're going to be waiting a long time. Don't plan your budget around it. Don't make major purchases expecting this money. What you should do is stay informed about what's actually happening with the economy and trade policy, because that's what will actually affect your wallet. If you want more breakdowns like this on what politicians are really saying versus what's actually happening, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. That's Creative Politics.